The Altherian Empire had conquered stars for 10 millennia. World after world bent under its banners, their fleets unmatched, their armies unstoppable. Entire species disappeared from history books when they refused submission. To the Empire, humanity was just another primitive race, a small blue planet too stubborn for its own good. Val's eyes narrowed. Impossible. Humanity does not possess such engineering. The battle began with a single shot. A lance of white fire erupted from the Aegis Eternal, a beam of condensed energy that tore through an entire wing of Imperial destroyers. They vanished, not in explosions, but in silence. Atoms scattered into the void. The Armada answered with fury. Thousands of plasma bolts, rail slugs, and antimatter torpedoes streaked toward the lone Dreadnought. Yet the Aegis Eternal held. Shields flared, bending physics itself to deflect the storm. What slipped through struck its hull, only to vanish against armor that regenerated like living metal. Then humanity struck back. The Dreadnought released drones, sleek, autonomous weapons that moved faster than thought, swarming the Empire's ships with surgical precision. They bypassed shields, tore through reactors, and silenced engines. Within minutes, the disciplined Imperial formation had collapsed into chaos. On the Imperius Rex, alarm screamed. Admiral Val stared at her failing fleet, the reality sinking in. Humanity had not been weak. Humanity had been waiting. The Aegis Eternal focused its main weapon. A sphere of gravity distortion swelled before its bow, bending starlight, warping time itself. The crew of the Imperius Rex watched in horror as the singularity burst forward, enveloping their flagship. For the briefest moment they felt eternity, then nothing. The Imperius Rex was gone, erased from the universe. When the battle ended, silence filled the system. The most advanced fleet in the galaxy had been annihilated by a single human dreadnought. Across Earth, cheers erupted. For the first time, humanity had not only survived the Empire's wrath but shattered its illusion of invincibility. The message was clear. Humanity would not be conquered. In distant star systems, whispers spread like wildfire. Species long enslaved dared to hope. The myth of imperial supremacy had been broken. And deep within the command deck of the Aegis Eternal, its captain spoke the words that would echo through history. They thought we were prey. Today, we reminded the galaxy we are predators. The Galactic Council chamber glowed with cold light, 1,000 crystalline spires casting long shadows across the debating floor. Representatives from dozens of species bickered, their voices layered with scorn and arrogance. Humanity's envoy stood at the center, outnumbered and dismissed. "You claim your kind is prepared for war," hissed Chancellor Vaith of the Syrians, his serpentine body coiling. "Yet your fleets are small, your colonies fragile. You lack the discipline to stand against the Dominion." The Dominion, the very name cast silence over lesser species. An empire of conquerors, they had enslaved entire civilizations, burned worlds, and crushed fleets numbering in the thousands. To resist them was considered suicide. But the human envoy did not flinch. "We warned you," he said simply. "The Dominion comes for everyone, not just us. If Earth fights, it will not fight alone. If you refuse to help." The chamber erupted in laughter, shrill and echoing. The Varkon delegate slammed a clawed fist onto the table. "Humans? You are barely a century into spaceflight. Your ships are outdated relics. What could you possibly offer?" No one noticed the envoy's faint smile as he turned away. When the Dominion arrived, it was without subtlety. Their fleets descended on the neutral world of Ericon Prime, home to billions of civilians and the supposed shield of the Council. The sky darkened under a storm of warships. Colossal carriers blotted out the twin suns, their weapon arrays gleaming like rows of jagged teeth. Planetary defenses were shredded within hours. The Council's combined fleets scrambled to respond, but their admirals faltered. Orders contradicted each other. Squadrons broke formation. The Dominion pressed forward, cutting through resistance with terrifying precision. On the flagship Bloodrain, High Commander Threx watched the chaos unfold with satisfaction. "Pathetic," he muttered. Another world falls. Soon the council itself will kneel. But then his sensors officer froze. Commander, a new contact. Jump signature detected. Large. Very large. The void rippled. Out of hyperspace tore a warship unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. It was human. The Aegis Eternal. At first, the Dominion thought it was some council relic. But as the ship stabilized, its true scale became clear. The vessel was monstrous. 10 kilometers long, clad in black and silver armor, its hull marked with Earth's insignia. Spinal cannons, each longer than a city, bristled along its frame. Shield lattices glimmered like burning suns. The comms channel opened. A calm human voice carried across every fleet frequency. This is the United Terran warship Aegis Eternal. You were warned. Withdraw or be destroyed. High Commander Threx sneered. Fire everything. Thousands of Dominion ships unleashed their fury. Lances of plasma, antimatter warheads, rail slugs, all converged on the solitary human dreadnought. The galaxy held its breath.